So normally I would not bother with doing a webcam rant like what some people are doing, but the I feel that with all of the attention that the horror genre is getting right now because of these killings in Wisconsin, the kids saying that they were trying to impress the Slender Man and all this other stuff. um, I just feel that I need to make something clear about this. As far as the horror genre is concerned, but the genre it's one of the oldest of literary genres that are in existence. I mean, speculative fiction has always had a place in the has always had a place in the human imagination. People enjoy reading stories about dragons and ghosts and spaceships and other things like that. It has always been that way. And even if you want to take it literally, even certain types of religion can be turned speculative, although religious fiction or just religion in general, it doesn't it doesn't exactly follow the same rules as speculative fiction, because people profess that it's real. So the and H.P. Lovecraft once said in Supernatural Horror in Fiction that the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And I fully believe this to be the truth. People need to be scared. They need to understand what fear really feels like, because it's a part of our natural survival instincts. People these days like to claim that they don't really follow instincts anymore. We're too smart for that. But the truth of the matter is that we still fear. We are still scared, and we need to be scared every so often. Plato, he called it catharsis. Or rather Aristotle, I think. Aristotle, Sophocles, one of the ancient Greeks, I can't remember off the top of my head right now, they called it catharsis, which is a necessary response to external stimuli in order to release our interior tensions, our interior anxieties, and face the things that truly terrify us. That is the importance of the horror genre. It allows us to express that fear, to express our anxieties about whatever we may be worried about, and get release that tension. And it doesn't no matter how much people will tell you, we're scared. We're scared of something, even if we don't really know it, or if we don't want to admit it. Horror allows us to vent that. And it allows us to be more at peace with ourselves and understand that things can be a whole lot worse. Now, when I originally heard about this story, about the Slender Man attempted murder from one of my Facebook friends, of Michael, who I met over Necronomicon, last day of Necronomicon, I said that you can't blame the writers of the Slender Man mythos, who are wide and varied, and using the veil of the internet to maintain their anonymity. And when it comes to these killings, you can't pin the blame on the writers. You know, I have always believed that the artist should not be mixed up with the art. I mean, I encountered this my last semester at UNT. That I encountered my final semester at UNT during my advanced fiction class. I submitted a horror piece, and people were just, "Wah, you monster! How can you write this? You're evil and sick and depraved." And it was just like, well, no, hold on. I am not sick or depraved. The story was written that way, but you cannot mix the artist with the art. You can't. I mean, just because somebody produces something that seems depraved does not mean that they are the same way. And you know, I can't stand it when people, you know, all the journalists right now. I mean, I heard about this one lady who got approached by a reporter who asked her, "Well, do you think that the horror genre is do you think the horror genre is useful? You know, how exactly can you you know, how does the horror genre you know, help out society if it incites kids to try to kill each other?" And you know, she responded much in the same way that I just did as far as the importance of the horror genre is concerned. And you know, it was admirable, it was honest, and she knew what she was talking about. And you know, I think exactly the same way. You know, they don't you know, the horror genre is important. It is very useful. But in connection to this, I apologize for the tangent. But in connection to this, I said that the artists, that the writers on the internet, on creepypasta, that the creepypasta writers are not to be blamed for this. I mean, it is a tragedy that these kids really thought that the Slender Man was real, and that they felt that they could impress him by committing this heinous act. But the writers are not to blame. It's the parents that are to blame. You know, when I originally read the article in the New York Times, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was the New York Times where Michael posted it. And, you know, I read through the article and it said that the parents were shocked. You know, in literal quotations, not like, you know, "Oh my gosh, they're no, I mean, the parents said they were shocked. And I say, you're shocked because you didn't pay attention. You know, it is up to the parents, not the writers, not the moderators. It's up to the parents to teach their children what is right and wrong and how to distinguish fiction from reality. I point the finger at you, to all the parents out there who are not aware of what your children are reading or watching on the internet, and getting these ideas in their head that you don't and you're completely oblivious to it. The parents need to realize that the internet is free and open. You can see anything on it. Literally anything. So if you have a pair of 12-year-old kids in your house and you do not monitor what they are looking at on the internet, of course you're going to be shocked when they do something stupid and evil like this. The internet is not a place for kids to roam freely. And they need to end. And while I am all for a free and open internet, and it needs to remain that way, it needs to be a medium where all sorts of information can come in. The government certainly should not dictate what you can or can't see. And it shouldn't be like that, especially in America, where we are supposed to pride ourselves on being able to exchange ideas at will without fear of legal repercussions. The internet is the best place to exchange ideas like this. It is a fantastic place for commerce. It's a fantastic place for intellect. It's a fantastic place for fiction, for burgeoning fiction writers. So no, the government should not be involved in what is seen on the internet, what gets onto the internet. The parents need to take responsibility for what their children can or can't see or read or look at or anything like this. And you can't expect 12-year-olds to understand that without supervision, that, wait, hold on, don't worry, the Slender Man is not real. Creepypastas are not real. As convincing as some of them may be, and I personally believed in one or two creepypastas here or there, but most of them are not real. The parents of these two kids allowed these ideas to build up in their brains to make them think that the Slender Man is a real thing. So it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all that they were shocked. Well, rather, I take that back. Initially, I was surprised, but that was because my parents are good parents. They taught me right from wrong. They taught me to be righteous, to believe in myself, and they taught me that they taught me fiction from reality. So they because of that, I recognized that the Slender Man is not a real thing. That he's a brilliant creation from the internet, and he's a brilliant creation from the minds of these authors who have worked on the Slender Man mythos, and not just authors, also the filmmakers like Marble Hornets and other things like that. And and it's just surprising to me when I hear about situations like what happened in Wisconsin, that are clearly not the fault of the writers. This is the parents' fault. And, these kids deserve to be tried like adults, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the parents who are really being punished. So, in conclusion, to everybody that is out there who allows their kids to, just look at anything without supervision, without any parental control, have fun when this happens again. Have fun. You guys fucking deserve it. When you allow your children to view this material and assure them that it's not real. That's all I have to say about it. Have a good day.